and one day, all together,
Alright.
is a nice animation movie you can go check out. It's about an animation and like adventure of
Oh my god! Yo, you don't know me like, Sure, how you doing, Monday?
Aren't you growing
You don't look excited to see me. It's okay, it's fine. It's okay.
That's what happened.
That was embarrassing, proper. Like, that wasn't awkward at all.
Is this ISHH? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, it's just, she think I'm fine. Oh my god. Wow.
Really?
How you doing?
That's how it is now. Now you kundama threat, man. So it's okay. What? I'm sorry.
How you, man? Hello, friend of
that's my Gotti. She's co-host. And, yeah.
you guys don't mind if I film?
No.
Okay.
More than that.
I'm back. And it's by Champ featuring Damon Marley. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Like, I feel like I'm never pronouncing his name right.
That's fine.
Is it okay?
It matters not.
It matters not.
I know what you mean.
I don't know, we don't even really care much about Damon Marley right now because we have an exclusive interview that I promised, and his name is Turbo Blast. And I also think he's known as Tabo. Okay, no,
I don't want to say Turbo.
Okay,
So I
okay.
just say Tabo.
Welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm tired because I'm on the 9th floor and I climbed all these stairs. It is not a good look. It is not a good look. But thank you for having me.
You lose some weight, I think.
The blast is here.
Because when you have big concerts, well, how are you going to keep up?
I am running on stage next stairs. There's no incline at all. It's flat plane, thanks.
Alright, so people who don't know you and don't know who you're about, what you're about, I mean, please, like, introduce yourself, biography / brief biography, Yana.
So the origin story, the Lion King story. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, you are listening to the THISABLISAFT, the Blast Effect himself, aka that kid Turbo, aka Mr. Vitz. Mr. Everything you'll ever need, but Lord knows he's got some speed. Okay, that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Studying here at Vitz, doing my jazz musicianship, doing the beat music thing. Shout out to all the first years who are all failing tomorrow. It's going to be Trill on Monday. But more than anything else, I'm a jazz student. I'm a hip-hop artist. I am an R&B singer. So whether it's piano, whether it's vocals, whether it's the mic, the flows, I got it all. And I'm just representing everybody who loves hip-hop, but is all good with the music world as a whole.
Alright, so speaking of music, I mean, is there any project that you've done, any particular album or people that you've worked with that we can maybe identify you with?
Oh, of course. Shout out to the original Run Joburg team. That's Ricky, Rick, and Cook the Chef. We go way back, like 4 flats on a Cadillac, Ricky actually was the guy involved in my first production project. So, like, that was really the origins of my career in a sense. But, yeah, from Run Joburg to the boys ICU. I'm not sure if you guys remember those cats. They were quite famous.
Yeah.
But Polo the Don and all those cats, that's literally my origins right there.
Yeah.
I'm interested in this mix of hip-hop and jazz. How and why?
Guys, jazz is everything. Everything is jazz and everything's hip-hop.
Where do you get your jazz influence from or your like of jazz?
School books. Carlo Mombelli shots. I'm going to feel that chest on Monday. But jazz for me as a whole is the first street music that became academic, I got a chance to meet Young Guru, who actually engineered Jay-Z's album, the Black Album. And he decided to create a syllabus from hip-hop. And he was like, it's so important for hip-hop to be every little thing that you do, that you see, that you study, that how you behave, how you dress. So via jazz, that was the first kind of cool music that was able to have a degree behind it. So my responsibility is to see how far I can take that with hip-hop and fuse it all together.
Speak of degree, I know right now you are currently a Wits student who's studying music. How important do you think it is for an artist to not just know their craft and be talented, but also have an educational or intellectual background of what they're doing professionally?
It is the most important thing. At the end of the day, all of our parents on the page that you got to go to school. I mean, to be honest, I didn't start at Wits. I actually went to Damlin first. I did not know how to play piano at all.
Wow.
And shout out to David Cousins and R.J. Benjamin, who were the teachers there, who took me from the grassroots and said, this is a G chord, this is a C chord. So that education allowed me to get into a higher education system of Wits. So when that is in place, doors open up. You know, just by being in school, famous people come here looking for us as students to give us jobs. So if there's ever a kid out there who's worried, like, I don't know anybody in the industry, go to school. They'll come to find you. Like, that's this real life
I've never
promise.
really heard that from an artist before, so it's always good to know something like that and also have people listen and hear something like that.
Yeah.
I want to know, with you doing school now and doing music, how do you juggle your life and doing performances and trying to be an artist at the same time?
Is there a balance, really?
Yes.
Of course, of course. I mean, at the end of the day, it's always a balance. More than anything, knowing what's the most important thing in your life. Once you have that, you realize how everything begins to filter through that. So for me, music became not just my passion, it became my schooling. So what better way to study than just perform? So when we get together as, you know, musicians and we do songs, we're studying. So it's kind of nice. Our balance is in reality just one thing all the way through. And then, you know, of course, some girls come through, you know. It's like, hey, okay, that's nice, you know. So that's the love life with the music and the schooling. I'm doing pretty well. And at the end, like, it's how it should be. Like, if you're at a place like this, more than anything, everything inside this place becomes you. So your friends, your schooling, your career, you find it all in one area. And those who aren't at VITS, you know, the same thing can happen in multiple institutions. But more than anything else, the balance is just knowing what's the most important thing and allowing that to become everything else in your life.
I have to bring up the finance part, because when you're a young person who's just leaving high school and you want to get into the music industry, the first thing your parents tell you is that you're not going to be successful in the music industry because there's no money there.
And then your friends tell you, no, bro, there's a lot of money there. Like,
And these girls, bro, these girls, yeah.
Where do you stand on that?
Yeah.
I'm saying this as a public service announcement. Rappers across the world, listen to me well. Get a job. I'm not playing. I'm not even messing with you. The reality is that, financially speaking, as musicians, just like any other job, it's competitive. And everybody's trying to get that top spot. So it's important to think like the institution that you're going to work with and for. If I'm going to be on radio, I can't be giving a radio a record that's not good. You know, work at that. But the money to get that going is the trick of the trade. A lot of rappers have no idea just how to get themselves started in the industry. I'm telling you all now, get a job. Even if it's a terrible job at first, think like Drake, start from the bottom. Like, shouts to Look and Listen, like my first hardcore original job that paid, I'm not going to say it on fly because, sorry boss, they might be listening, but it's it can be embarrassing, yes, but I mean, if it makes rappers feel any better, you know, you look at guys like Eminem who was working at a steel mill. I mean, we all watched 8 Mile.
Wow,
Like, there was no swag. I'm sorry. There was no chains. There was no fitted caps, nothing. But that money allowed him to finance his career. So the idea of money being in the industry, of course, is there. Like, there's always going to be finance for good music and good entertainment. But on a competitive basis, you know, you're going to have to keep working harder and harder and harder. And don't get fooled by these gold chain rappers. I'm sorry, I know there's a lot of them. I know there's these fresh-looking guys with throwbacks. See them like, hey, Mr. Price has good clothes too, baby. It's okay. All of this, we all bought a pair of All-Stars, so be fair.
Well, we are going to be continuing to talk with you in the next couple of minutes, but in the meantime, we're going to have more music. Ken coming up, as well as Ratch 32. And of course, we are going to find out from you what are the worst forms of punishment you've received from your parents. So, don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just like, my father, you can...
Something that you're gonna have to probably come back and be like, I did an interview, you have to put my music in the system.
Third time. Because you lost the CD again, huh?
Let's double check though. What did you give him your name as?
Blast, T-H-A Blast. It's like big blue letters on the cover, specify email. I had to get a name very hard.
He didn't put your song in the system.
Blast. Say it 5 times. It still feels good about it. When your mom's like, wait, who your son? You feel like this. What did the son do to that man? No, like, hey, my son's dope. Have that courage in your heart. Like,
I always told my friends this. He's the one. I told Game and yourself this as well. Like, he's the one white guy I would date. I don't mean to sound racist, but he's so urban. Like, I like his urban swag. Like, you know, he can speak and so my parents could love him because my mom could have a conversation with him without having to, like, you know, my nurse English, and my mom hates that. She's like, what does this speak English to me? Anywho, we're still hanging out with Turbo Blast, and in a couple of minutes we're going to get to hear some of his What?
To see if he's up to scratch.
You know, if he really is what he says he is.
The blast.
It's always a soft A. I don't know why. It's all blast.
Okay, you want it to be like the blast, because you know you hip hop is like it's not spelled THE. It's
Yes,
spelled
you were struggling with that now.
You know, it's like what? Anyway, I want to know from you, like, what are the challenges that you face in the music industry apart from trying to find the balance between school and being an artist and making sure that works? What other challenges have you come across and managed to tackle, and how do you tackle them?
I think the biggest challenge that'll always happen is either the money aspect, the business, or the music. I mean, from a financial aspect, it's always about knowing the right thing to do. There's no blueprint to hip-hop, sadly. I'd love to have one, like a book, this is how to be an MC.
Wow.
But you've noticed that guys can spend years and years and years doing something, and then some guy can show up and say, oh, that was wrong. It's like, what was the point? You lost years.
Yeah.
So more than anything else, it's knowledge of the business. And on a musical basis, it's about finding yourself. I mean, for me, I am a jazz piano player and a jazz vocalist and an R&B vocalist. So now, how do you incorporate that into music? How do you explain those multiple talents into hip-hop? Just trying to have an image and still staying yourself, I would say, is always going to be one of the two challenges next to business.
All right. And any tips you have for people who want to get in the industry and like proper clueless like about how to do it, and they want to be like the Blast or like people in the same field as you?
Aside from getting a job, no. It's just don't do it. Get some work behind you. The biggest thing, stay in school. I'm not even trying to be a superhero, but like seriously, stay in school. There's nothing better than knowing, like, hey man, I'm not gonna say anything bad about this, but y'all gotta work on that entry price because it's not easy. That is not an easy price to sign in with. No, more than anything else, stay in school. Try to find a career or a degree, even if it isn't music per se, that allows you to be what you want to be. That's like number one. Shouts to Spread Love Movement, actually. You might have seen on that F&B ad. Ladies going to help people get better career guidance.
Oh, that's nice.
Like, I try to help with them as much as possible because they really help in grade 11 how to decide a career and what happens. So, aside from school, more than anything else, find people to support you. Like, you be as honest as possible and find people to say, I'm cool with that. Like, shouts to the Warriors, Hubs, and Bills who really, really said, I see it and I'm going to help. And even if it's not always financial, they can support you in terms of knowledge, you know, accessories or assets, whatever it is. But that foundation of support and love is more most important than anything. And third, get a job. Not even playing. I'm going to say it again.
Get a job. I got it.
I don't care if rappers...
If you didn't get it, then there's something wrong with you. But I really got it. Get a job.
Look, ain't nobody going to pay for your studio time but you. Like, and it's expensive stuff. So, you know, if you have to go do promotions on Saturdays in those hard bottoms, it's tough. Like, and those toughies, you know, get them polished up. But
yeah, but I want to talk to you. I want to put it to you. Today we're talking about what's the worst form of punishment you've got from your parents. Because hip-hop heads, they like things. So I just want to know. Maybe
usually when you're in high school, you know.
So like maybe like your parents are like, you know what, Ning? Today I'm gonna show turbo. Or what's the worst form of punishment you've got from your parents?
For the record, Daddy, I ain't mad at you. I gotta tell a story though. I gotta tell a story because this is my legacy. Came back, decided to get hated just on another degree. Before Beyonce was drunk in love, Turbo was in the club. Came back, but didn't really know the tricks of the trade on how to come back home when you weren't supposed to be drinking. And I got woken up like it was a bad comedy. It was like Medea was my father all of a sudden. Oh, heaven. I just remember screaming. That's all the memory I have. But
as a man, you were screaming.
It was so bad that like it was to a point where my mother had to say, all right, that's enough. Never did it. Never came ever to my rescue, but God bless my mom to say, okay, I'm sorry. This has gone off too long. I know he's drunk. I know he's drunk.
Shame.
But God bless the lady. But yeah, don't drink, children. Don't drink and come home and stay until you get a job.
Last but not least, I mean, I can't keep up with you. You're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this, and you know you might have groupies out there or supporters or fans out there that want to find out about where is Turbo Blast at. So where can they get a hold of you if they want to know more about you and find out where you're performing next?
I won't lie. I should put my phone number on like Shizness 3 years ago. and I was like, call me babies, call me children. It's okay, I'm here for you. That didn't go too well. THA Blast on Facebook. This is ground zero of this foundation. It's not even a page anymore. It's just personal. Like, hey, come be my friend. It's okay. I'll talk to you. The Blast on Facebook. THA Blast on Twitter. THA Blast on Reverb Nation. THA Blast on YouTube. Those are the 8 letters that you need. If you want to drop a line, absolutely, right on the wall, ask questions. I always respond to people. Even if it's a day or so later, I'm always like, my bad, yo, real talk, let's conversate. Meet me at Vince at Theo's, let's rap. But THA Blast, actually check out the Broomstick Pilots as well, my band that I've been performing with for the last couple of weeks, really, really dope, got great music. They're on Twitter, Facebook, the Broomstick Pilots. So hit me up more than anything else, whether it's a conversation, whether it's information, whether it's a date. Hey, I'm just like, I'm here,
Alrighty. Well, ladies, you heard. We posted his picture on Facebook, so if you're not sure what he looks like, then now you know. And if you're listening, now you can be like...
a moaning face. I think that's a moaning face. That's your moaning face.
It's so great, though. Like,
I want to know for the ladies. That's your moaning face.
Did I just see Halle Berry face?
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, and there's a photo on Facebook with my shirt off that was not temptation. That was just me showing off the fact that I lost weight. So I'm a good... I'm not that kind of person. I'm not that kind of person. Look at you, like, just scrolling.
Check out the biceps and be like, hey, man,
I love this work.
Anyway, Toma, thank you so much for coming to see you, taking time to do this interview. We wish you all the best of luck, and of course, we'll be keeping an eye out for your music. Coming up, we're going to be playing see, I'm always getting that wrong. I'd rather just call you Turbo Blast, because that just sounds better than
sounds better.
that Blast.
Let me get a shout out. Quick shout out.
Oh, okay.
I'm her shout out. I gotta do this now. I gotta do my magnificent. Alright, now let me go down the list right quick. Shouts to the Warriors, Hubs and Bills, and all my young homies, Pusholi, CJ, Royal, all the young cats that are coming up in the industry. Much respect to you guys. Shouts to the Broomstick Pilots, Fez, Tabang, Tom, and Brian for really holding me down musically. Shout out to Vince for giving me that education, Carla Mombelli, Sean Crosley, all you guys are the ones. Shout out to First Year Foundation. I'm not going to say 20 names. Sorry, guys. I love you. But you know who you are. No, we don't have time for that. Shout out to my mom for paying for my first studio session.
As promised, we have a Turbo Blast song called That Kid Turbo, right? All right, here we go. Interview, I think.
I'm pleasantly surprised.
Why? Because you felt you didn't have what it takes to be.
Yes, I'm a critic. I listen to music. If I don't like it, I'll play.
You need to be punished for just what you just said right now.
What did I say? What did I say?
Anyway, as promised, we're going to read your comments about what are the different ways, the worst ways that you've been punished by your parents. And this is following an article on a local newspaper in Roodepoort about SPCA finding a 20-year-old man chained to a wall, and he had been there for a month because his mom wanted to punish him for smoking drugs. Ms. Lugeria seems to think he deserves that, but I don't know. I think that's so harsh, though.
No, but Cindy here says I was grounded for 6 months for sneaking out at night.
Yeah.
Like, what are the terms of your being grounded? Like, what happens? Like, you don't watch TV, you don't get to eat, or what not?
That never worked with me. Like, my mom tried that whole, like, no watching TV.
My mom
but, like, they're not home, like... Take a picture first.
Okay.
Is that your cover? I'm so proud of you. I'm like this, like, I'm a penguin. This is my job.
Let the book go live, man. Shit.